My name's Tucker. I'm 37 years old. I don't care. I'm a very skeptical optimist. I think I'm a good person. I try to do good things for myself, my family, my brand, but ultimately, you know, we're all human, and I'm not too worried about what other people are doing. So why am I here before you? This is kind of in summation of my previous words here. So there's been like chapters in my life, and I think a lot of people follow like a childhood, high school, college, navigating their first career, and then family, and then you know the deal. So like we all follow through that to some degree. We're humans, we live in societies that are propelling those things. But I tend to look at myself in some more specific chapters when I look back and think of like my own personal development and like what's crafted my point of view in life, which is the end of the slide. So a few different things: art classes and skateboarding, the beginning of the web, college round 1, 2, and 3, which that could be a whole other story. My productivity period, I didn't really have like a cool title for that, so you have to stick with me there. Familia Skate Shop, which I co-founded in 2009 with some friends. And then a chapter which is just different things that I did, and then where we're at here. So what everything I've done and like where we are at today is informed by all the other things that I do in life and have done. And that goes for you and you and you and everyone here. But I think sometimes we say that like our hobbies or our past experiences or our past loves like are just in the past. And I don't think, I mean, I was listening to something on NPR today about like history and repeating itself, and like that's why you gotta learn history. Like you should know your own history. Like you should know who you are and like what you do and what you've done, because it's gonna continue to inform what's ahead of you. So I take, this is like a little slide. Before I started at Fulton, and that's why I said, oh my God, what did I do? So I should use my own words. I used to host art shows, co-curate art shows, both locally and for companies like Volcom or Nixon Watches or other things inside and roughly out of skateboarding and action sports. I've been as much in the food scene as a person who didn't go to culinary school. I never worked in a kitchen could be, which shows in my work now. I've always been like a sneaker junkie, but from like a very utilitarian standpoint. So for me, it was always like, I gotta wear skate shoes because I'm gonna go like put holes in them. And that ended up getting me a job in that industry. So again, like always just saying that these things inform the whole. How does living a full life, how does rolling with the punches and taking a hosting job for $12 an hour when you were making whatever the month before, like how do those things allow you to build and to be something that is more able or of more value to that other organization or that other person? I mean, like I don't think that this is only related to and of the workplace. I think living an interesting life that you challenge based on your own like level of skepticism is a really cool thing to just live uniquely. Like if you only wear pizza pajamas and like that's what your Instagram's full of, like cool, you should do that. Or like if you're an accountant but you do dirt track racing on the weekends, like I guarantee you solve different problems, or you can solve different problems, or you solve problems differently, more creatively because you dirt track race. Like that is, I would arm wrestle anyone that says otherwise, because, and I'll probably lose the arm wrestle, but I'll still keep talking. These lives that we're living are super interrelated, and it's very important not to lose sight of that. What does drinking do for a lot of people? Maybe you got a few more of you guys out here today that wouldn't have come without the free beer. That's fine, because it brings people together, which slides 1 through 8, as hopefully you're getting to a point like I like to bring people together. So standard, as you can tell, it's definitely different. There's a few elements in there like the upside down star, which I'm wearing here. Just a few different things. The S itself is actually the banner from all of our packaging, the style, wrapped around a keg shape. We almost ended up with something that looked like a gas station sign, like a Texaco sign from like the 50s. It was awful. And Ryan Carlson, who is a great friend and has done all of our work for us, he's so good at taking direction that he just did the thing that like some of us asked for even after the brief, and we're like, oh my God, we asked for that. We totally asked for that. We gotta do, okay. So it was like 9 revisions later, we ended up with this thing that was clearly not this, and it took a lot to get like old school distributors on board to say like, well, where's your hop star? It doesn't say Fulton. And I mean, it says it on the side, but it's allowed us to get into bars and restaurants that are like, craft beer, hell no, you know. I don't want any of that fancy stuff, you know? And then through some other business tactics and being cost competitive, we've been able to, at least not on the package side, but on the keg side, create like a $99 half barrel, which is just a little bit more than what, you know, like a Coors or a Miller would be. So all of a sudden we can have something that's a permanent happy hour. It's everybody's beer back for Bloody Marys. It's an easy beer and a bump drink, which we would never want to do because we make all the money here. But the space is limited. People are going after Lonely Blonde lines like it's going out of style right now. You know, we have to defend that. This allows us to say like, yeah, cool, you just do you. We're gonna just go over here. And it, you know, we launched in October, and that's not the way to launch a lager. You know, it's like get ahead of it in the summer. So we've learned some lessons. But now in can form, it's our #1 can SKU, and it's a year old next month. Yeah, next month. So we get to do some of those things. The reason that video is all about people and moving, and we could watch it again, but like they're building an occasion. You know, I think that beer allows us to like, oh, let's go get a beer. Like, oh, what are you doing tomorrow? Let's go get a beer. Or let's go get a coffee. Or let's go get lunch. But you never say like, let's go get an American Blonde Ale. Let's go get a 300, let's go have a Mosaic IPA day. You know, like, you just say beer. You know, if you see movies, you know, or TV shows, like, oh, I'll have 2 beers. They're not like, I'll have 2 Russian Imperial Stouts, please. You know, they're never specifying that, because I think long-term American culture, beer is exemplified at a novice level or just a topical level. It's a lager, it's a Pilsner. You know, I mean, technically, they're stylistic diversions of the same thing, but, you know, people aren't trying to complicate their lives sometimes. They just want a beer, and that's what Standard is for, you know, let's go get a beer.